I'm pretty sure that you all browse the web quite frequently. But what is different is that you and I do not get the same search results over similar topics. Recently, I stumbled upon something quite unique which turned out to be a real eye-opener for me. I noticed that all the feeds that I was receiving were all related to my previous or frequent searches. And this was not only happening to me, but my dad also. Every single time my dad went online to book us plane tickets for holidays or such occasions, he always came back with the most overpriced ones. But if the same task was handed to my mum or my uncle, they would always come back with the most cheapest ones. And then my mom would be rubbing it in my dad's face and he would be fuming around the house saying, "Oh, the plane tickets these days are so costly." So, after a little digging, I found that these are perceived preferences identified by the search engines known as filter bubbles. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Filter bubbles. But these very filter bubbles are posing quite a headache to well-known tech gurus across the globe and is a rising hot topic in the field of information technology. But why is it so important? This exact same question was posed to Mark Zuckerberg and he answered, "A squirrel dying in front of your house may be more relevant to your interest right now than people dying in Africa." It's actually really simple. The artificial intelligence working behind these filter bubbles, known as algorithms, provide us with information that have been edited to our taste. And quite often, these are just passing whims that we do not even need. But this narrows our perspective as we are provided with information that has been specially tailored to our preferences. In this frenzy of catering to my feeds, my ideas, and my opinions, I am often provided with distorted information which hides details. And this is created from my data and used without my validation or permission. But we do need filters. The internet is a huge place and it contains millions upon millions of information. But what draws the line between distorted information tailored to our preferences and valid information by certified sites from a 360-degree view are the criteria the filters are set upon. And these criteria, they should not be frequent searches or a particular perspective, but simply a wide angle. Let us be the ones with the power to filter. Let us be the ones with the power to choose. What is astonishing to me is that these discrepancies happen right under our noses and we turn a blind eye to it. Well, I think this has been rightly justified by Eric Schmidt, who said, "It is quite hard for people to watch something that has not in some sense been tailored for them." And it's true. Let me give you an example. I myself am quite interested in politics. Now, I have a research project of country A societal behavior. Now, I go ahead, take up the search engine and type country A societal behavior. Now, my search results are going to be centered around country A's rising revolts, corruption, uprising, and such political feats. While at the same time, my friend, who's not interested in politics, sadly, will find her search results filled with country A's history, heritage, and culture. You can see the wide gap here. This proves that the artificial intelligence are the ones who decide what we should know and what we should not. These filter bubbles, they create a horizon that we agree with. And what do? We keep blissfully staring at it, quite unaware of the stiff necks we're acquiring over time. Even turning them the slightest is quite painful, and the same thing is happening to our perspectives. But we do not need to know everything going around the world these days. We don't. Because the internet, it's a huge place Even though every single day we carry around worlds of information in our pockets, we do not know what's real and what's fake. We do need to look at other horizons because not only do they contain information that we need to know, but they also contain information that is worth knowing. Some of you may think that tailored information, it's quite convenient. You have everything you need at your fingertips. But what we don't realize are that these filter bubbles, they are suffocating us by clouding our thinking process and capacity, narrowing our perspective so much so that we only see dying squirrels in our front yard at the cost of a wider world view is indeed a dangerous proposition to humanity and its nature. Are we going to be a group of youngsters who reach beyond our fixed perspectives to create a world of love and tolerance? Or are we only going to be bothered about me, myself? I think these are the important questions that we and humanity needs to answer. We can break free from this paradigm by a lot of short-term solutions. One of them being POP. Yes, POP. POP, the privacy invasion. POP, the opacity. And POP, the past details. And as well for long-term solutions, well, Bill Gates believes that these filter bubble problems are going to self-correct themselves over time. As he asked, do people really want to be in a microcosm where the facts are wrong? Because over time, wrong facts, they do not lead to good things. We have finally reached a peak where we know more but understand less. I want the reins to be handed over to me. I do not want my information to be typecasted. Thank you.